Hi everyone, today we are going to be learning how to draw a snail. So eventually we are going to be doing a mixed media technique, which means using more than one material, and we will be using paper to actually paint and add other color. But today we are going to start by just drawing the outline and designs of the snail. So the first thing I want you to do is get your pencil out and write your name in the bottom right corner. So I'm writing the word name. I want you to write your actual name. Then I want you to practice with your hand drawing a spiral line. So a spiral line, it kind of goes around like you're drawing a circle, but then instead of closing the circle, you would draw on the inside. And then again and again and again. So it kind of winds up. So around and in and in and in. Practice that a couple times with your hand. Then when you think you're ready, start about here because we want our shell to be in the middle of the paper. We want it to be pretty big so we can fill it with designs. So start right about here. And then I want you to try to draw that spiral line. So I'm going around like I'm drawing a circle, and then I go in, and in, and in, like that. So I suggest to draw pretty lightly in case you need to erase, and try again. So I think that one looks pretty good. So now let's draw the body of the snail. So we need to kind of close the shell right here. So you can just draw a line like this, or if you want to be kind of fancy, you can draw kind of like a curved-ish line, like a diagonal, and then it goes around and then closes. So that's kind of just like some detail of the shell. Okay. Then I'm going to draw the body of the snail. So to do that, I am going to start right here, and I'm going to kind of go up to draw the head at an angle. Curved line comes around. It starts to go down at an angle, okay? Now when I am where like kind of the shell is, like right here, okay, I'm going to go under and I'm going to draw a horizontal line that goes across underneath the shell for his body. So snails have some texture to their body. It kind of looks like a wavy line or kind of like a ruffle. So I'm going to draw a kind of wavy line. You could make yours just straight if you want to. And I'm going to draw it until it goes past the shell a little bit like this for the tail. Okay? And then I'm going to go to the bottom right here and draw a line that angles down at a diagonal like this. So there we have the body of the snail. So snails have little antennas. So to do that, we're going to go to the top of the head, and I'm going to just draw like a line that goes up, and then it kind of makes like a circle, and then it comes back down. You could also draw that by just drawing like a line and then a circle. So it goes up, little circle, and then it comes down. Then I can draw some eyeballs. However you want to do that. If you want a smile, you could do that too. That's up to you. Okay, perfect. So now I have the outline of my snail. But I would love to see color and grass. But I think we should do the rest of that in crayon. So start with your crayon by outlining all of the pencil lines we just drew. So I'm going to just draw right on top of those. So we need to draw on top of all of our pencil lines because once we add the color with the tissue paper, we won't be able to see small details like with the pencil, okay? So we need to make all of our work today bright and bold so that when we layer with our mixed media, we'll still be able to see all of our work. So you can choose different colors for like the shell and the body. You can make these look however you want. Color these in. So I'm just tracing over all of my pencil lines. You can draw some grass in the background. Actually, I would love for you to draw some grass in the background. Otherwise, it's going to look like your snail is just kind of floating. I don't think I've ever seen a floating snail before. So I'm just doing super zigzag lines for the grass. This is a great way to add texture in our work. And when we layer it with the tissue paper, it will look even better. So I'm going to do a couple different greens to add some variety in my work. So remember, variety is like difference. Makes our work more exciting to look at. So I'm just doing some zigzag grass. Then I can start to fill in the body of my snail with some cool decorations. So you guys have done a great job of showing me patterns using shapes and the variety of lines we've learned about. So I want you to keep doing that with this snail. So maybe you want to kind of like make some stripes on him first by drawing horizontal lines around the spiral. That's a great way to do that. Some drawing lines across. So snails, they have a lot of texture to them. So that's why I'm drawing the stripes on the body of the snail. And also I think I will add some texture to this snail, or I'm adding stripes to the shell of the snail, but I also think I'm going to add some texture on his body too. So I'm going to just draw little circles like dots. So be creative with how you decorate these snails. They don't have to look realistic. So like I'm drawing hearts, come up with different patterns. It does not have to look like mine. You guys have great ideas. So please, please, please use your own ideas. I love to see your creativity. So even though we will be coloring these in with tissue paper, I want you to add as much color as possible today so that your snails really stand out. So I'm going to even just draw along this edge of my spiral line. He really stands out. He doesn't get lost in the background. Because with the other classes, we only did this in one day, so we didn't have enough time to add designs, but I found once we added the tissue paper, and even after we took it off, we couldn't really see the snails because we didn't have enough crayon on our paper. So the crayon will help our snail to really stand out. And I think I'm going to add some more texture. Now the cool thing with crayon and our tissue paper painting is it resists. So when I say resist, I want you guys to think about being outside in the rain. So if you are wearing a raincoat, the rain kind of just falls off of the coat and you don't get wet, right? And that is because that material is made to repel or resist water. So that is like kind of how our crayon is. Now if we think about if you go outside in the rain in like a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, you will get wet right away. The water will sink into that fabric, okay? And that's like our paper, okay? So anywhere that's white right now or left blank that shows the paper will turn the color of the tissue paper. Anything that is colored in crayon will still show up. So that will kind of go to the top. And I know that sounds confusing, but when you see it, you'll understand a little bit more. So I'm going to draw some nice clouds. If I had a white crayon, I could even use that. I can't find my white crayon right now, but that would be a fun thing to do, to draw with some white to make some surprises. So here's my white. So I'm going to even, maybe I'll just draw a bunch of spiral lines in my cloud, because we're focused on the spiral, right? So you don't have to draw clouds in the background, but you can if you want. As always, I love to see your own creative ideas. So I think I'm done with step 1. Actually, no, I'm going to keep adding some details because there's still some time left. So fill your snail with as much design as you can today. And I think I'm even going to color in the snail's body lightly, just to kind of see what happens. Okay, now I'm done with step 1. So I make sure that my name's in the corner and that my snail is outlined in crayon, and then we'll be ready to add the tissue paper painting tomorrow. Thanks for watching.